Hi, I'm Darren Weston, and this is a presentation on e-sharing with a focus on how we can better support a dynamic learning organisation. So, what is e-sharing? Well, e-sharing, you're witnessing it right now. It's the ability to combine information and present information with audio and possibly even video, which globally reduces the need for meetings, travel, etc. But more importantly, it's the shift away from having static PowerPoint slide decks which don't stand alone. They require a presentation of some sort. It also enables you to globally share a message without the limitation of meetings, but more importantly, you also get the most informed presenter delivering that message at every site. This approach also fosters a knowledge sharing culture, a culture where people are happy to share information, but share that information in a quality way, which also supports faster knowledge growth across the organisation. But here I'm not just talking about formal process training, which is clearly a key component, but also the informal sharing of ideas, tips, best practice, and I think that's a crucial part of this. So in terms of the benefits, I think one of the key benefits is really that you get this consistent global message. I think too often slides are shared across sites, but the messages are often watered down or lost. And I think in this situation, everyone hears the same message from the most informed presenter. It also gives you the ability to share a message or a training class to existing staff, but also to future staff. I think that's an important part. Often the energy is high on a particular initiative, but then we forget about the staff that may join in 6 months, a year's time, and this enables those staff to still enjoy the same training class or important message. From a training perspective, training can also be taken just in time. So rather than having the barrier of waiting for a training class to be set up in order for an associate to take a particular type of training course, they can take it when they need it. And also for existing staff who have previously been trained, who wish to refresh their memory or just even on a specific topic, they have that ability to do that any time. And I think for key process training videos, these can actually be imported into LMS, which then obviously enables us to have a better tracking of attendance on training courses, easier to create curriculums for different functions, and enables a better demonstration of control from an audit perspective. So in terms of further benefits, there are clearly financial savings to be made here. The upfront cost to record the audios is clearly a cost, but the creation of the slides is not really a cost, as they're often created anyway. But every time this training is reused, then you save, and the more it's reused, the bigger the saving. But also we mustn't forget there's going to be potential savings from travel, room hire, etc. I think there's also a massive benefit in terms of knowledge growth, and I think this is a less tangible saving, but I think nonetheless an important one. So the next key question is, how do you actually create these videos? And the answer is easily, without the need for expensive external vendors or expensive software. There are various options on how to create these videos. This is certainly not an exhaustive list. There are lots of vendors out there, but from my experience, most of that requires expensive software, which has its advantages, but certainly you can create very good looking professional videos without the need for that software. So option one is using Microsoft Office PowerPoint. You could also use OpenOffice, Microsoft Sound Recorder, and Windows Movie Maker. Then option two is using Live Meeting, again Microsoft product, and option three is using a screen capturing software. Snagit is one that we use here at Novartis. Alternatively, there are other software. Cam Studio is another software that's free that creates very professional looking software demonstrations. So now I will go through a quick demonstration on each of these methods to try and demonstrate a little bit with what you get with each of those options. So option one with PowerPoint, Sound Recorder and Windows Movie Maker, well, you're watching this option right now. These first 4 slides were created with a standard PowerPoint slide deck. I am recording the sound with Windows Sound Recorder right this moment, and I've imported them into Windows Movie Maker to create a video. Very easy. So now we're going to have a look at option 2. So the second option is using Microsoft Live Meeting. So you'll see here that I'm actually presenting a set of slides. I've added the content to the meeting, and the real benefit here is that we can actually have multiple attendees in this meeting whilst I'm recording it and presenting it. So the benefit here is I actually get to give the presentation and record it at the same time. Obviously the benefits are there clearly to be seen, but the negatives of that are that you only get one go at the presentation. And so option 1 gives you the option to work in your office, to build up the presentation step by step so that you end up perhaps with a slightly higher quality presentation. But nonetheless, this is an important option to talk about. You can actually do software demonstrations by sharing your actual desktop, and you can go through, but the quality of the audio and the quality of the graphics of the actual presentation don't tend to be as high as options 1 or option 3 that we're going to discuss shortly. But you see, I can actually transition between the slides very easily. You can see all that appear on your screen. I'll go back to the original slide deck. So yeah, it's an important option, and it's very useful, particularly, as I say, when you're working with multiple attendees. So now we're demonstrating option 3. So here I'm using Snagit, and I'm capturing a session in PowerPoint, and this is the presentation that I've previously shown. I've got this open in PowerPoint, and here you can see that I can show you various options within PowerPoint, and I can do a software demonstration. So for example, let me show you how to apply animations to a series of bullet points in a presentation. So we select animations. In the drop down list of animate, I can select fade all in at once, and there you can see that applied. So you can see that this gives you the option to actually demonstrate something within a piece of software. So this could be SAS, it could be Microsoft Office, it could be Windows, it could be anything, but it gives you the option to demonstrate a technical solution perhaps and share that easily with people whilst recording the audio. You can actually do an actual presentation and record that presentation using this method as well, but you'll see this is a very useful method. So now you've seen the various methods on creating these. If we have a look at quickly the costs, so it really is a zero software cost. Every laptop, as mentioned before, already has this software except for Cam Studio, which is a free software and can be installed. There is an upfront cost to record the audio, which will of course vary depending on the length of the training course, and not everyone will be as quick in recording the audio, but overall from my experience it doesn't take that long. And the presentation you're actually watching here took me around 30 minutes, which is certainly less than the cost of a flight or a hotel room. So from my perspective, the next steps are really making the change. So the next time you're presenting or sharing information, just consider if perhaps a video would be a better option, and you can ask yourself some questions like, will you be presenting this information again sometime? How will future staff that join the company receive your presentation? How are you sharing this information across sites, and is it a same consistent global message? But most importantly, the next time you discover something, then don't be afraid to share it. And I think you'll see here that the cost to share it is very low. It doesn't require you necessarily to have a big presentation or to travel to another site or to organize a huge meeting. You can actually present something from the comfort of your desktop, record it, or even do it at home, put it as a video, and you can actually have a big impact on your organizations. So that's me complete here. So thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.